Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here, returning to you tonight, pretty late for this next album review for the next Judas Priest album review for Stained Class that I got a chance to listen to for myself, see what I was going to think of this next Judas Priest album. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for the 9 songs on this record, which is their 4th studio album review with Rob Halford singing with them. And I'll let you know my thoughts on Stained Class that I got a chance to listen to for their 4th studio album. So let's dive into this album review tonight. So it starts with Exciter, which is a strong track. I really enjoyed this one. Rob Halford sounds really good vocally in this track. And just the way it sounds when the chorus kicks in comes in pretty strong. And I really do. Sorry for my yawning. I really do like the melody to it and how it's executing overall. Like I said, I'm kind of tired, so I'm gonna try to do this review as the best I can and try to entertain you the best way I can to put out a solid review. So with that being said, 5 out of 5 for Exciter. White Heat, Red Hot is another strong track I enjoyed. I think it's a strong one for how it sounds, with how Rob Halford's singing it, and the pacing and the overall drum work and guitar work is very strong in this song. So another 5 out of 5 for me for this one. Definitely rocks for sure. Better by You, Better Than Me, Spooky Tooth cover is above average of a track. It's not one of my favorites. It's kind of a little bit of a hit or miss kind of song. It didn't suck, but there was a lot of controversy and a lawsuit being brought up about this track because of the fact that 2 teenagers that made a suicide pact, that apparently one of them succeeded in committing suicide and the other one didn't succeed and was severely injured. For certain reasons, but the story is pretty sad and fucked up. But honestly, they tried to sue Judas Priest over this song when it says "do it" in this track, which I'm gonna be honest, when I heard the song, it did not say that, and people are thinking that it has subliminal messages, and people are kind of making up lies about it. Because this song does not have subliminal messages in it. I did not hear that in the track. The "do it" thing was not in the track. So I don't know where the fuck these people what the fuck these people were thinking, other than they lost their fucking marbles. Trying to, I mean, yeah, it's sad that 2 kids eventually died. One kid died before the second kid, but still, the fact of the matter is, Judas Priest didn't know that this song was actually, like, being taken literally by some teenagers and their parents. They didn't mean for that to happen, they just didn't know. So honestly, a 4.25 out of 5 for Better by You, Better Than Me, Spooky Tooth cover. It's above average. Like I said, I didn't hear any subliminal messages in this track, so I don't know what the fuck they were smoking. But it wasn't something like the parents or whatever. They were just not in their right mind thinking that, oh, well, this has subliminal messages in it, so it's evil. Which it's really not. So 4.25 out of 5. Stained Class, the title track, is an alright song. It's above average too, as well. I'd give this a 4.25 out of 5. Sorry, my cat was being a pain. He was messing with this for a second. No. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm having to discipline my cat for a second. Sorry about that. So, Yeah, Stained Class 4.25 out of 5. I'm just not feeling for the title track too much. Sounds alright, but it's not one of my personal to-go favorite tracks that I could really get on board with. Invader is a good song in its own way. At least it sounded alright for what it was going for. So, this is a good track in its own way. I like Rob Halford singing in it, and it did alright for the most part. 4.5 out of 5. The next track is Saints in Hell, another good song that I could get on board with. I'd give this a 4.5 out of 5 as well. I think with how Rob Halford's singing the track, it sounds pretty solid, and the drum work and guitar work flowed very well with the mixing and production of this song. 4.5 out of 5. Savage is a good track too. I can get on board with this one. Not one of the worst, but not one of the best. But it's a good song and another highlight to the record. So 4.5 out of 5 for Savage. Beyond the Realms of Death. Sorry about that meow that my cat was doing. I don't know why he was doing what he was doing. It sounded weird. But yeah, Beyond the Realms of Death is a strong track. It's a good track for how it is. And execution-wise, I think Rob Halford sung it pretty alright. And just the drum work and guitar work was pretty solid. It did have some melodic moments, but did kind of progress as it kept going. So, another 4.5 out of 5. And finally, we get to the closing track, Hero's End, which is a good track for how it sounds. Well, it's an alright song. So, to recorrect myself, it is above average. Above decent, in a way. So, it's not one of the best tracks, but it's not one of the worst. So, I'd give this a 4.25 out of 5. So, yeah, above decent. It is, but it's not the worst of the worst. So, yeah. Overall, production, mixing, and execution-wise, I think Judas Priest Stained Class was kind of decent. Nothing to write home about, but nothing terrible. It's something I could come back to and listen to from time to time, but I wouldn't say I really listen to it a lot. As the fourth studio album, it's a solid release, but not something mind-blowing. Like the last record, Sin After Sin, was my favorite so far, but everything else about this record just kind of fell flat a little bit, but not to the extent where it's the worst record. It's just a decent record. So if I were to give Judas Priest Stained Class a score, I'm giving it a solid 7 out of 10. A light 7 out of 10. It's decent. Not something to come back to a lot, but something to come back to occasionally in my own time. So, with that being said, Stained Class 7 out of 10 for this 1978 record. I hope you enjoyed this Judas Priest Stained Class album review tonight. I'll have the next Judas Priest album review coming out for May 16th. If not May 16th, I'm going to try to get the next album done by the 16th and then go from there. And I'll let you know where I get up to after that. But until then, I hope you enjoyed this Judas Priest Stained Class album review tonight. And thank you guys for watching. Have a good night.